Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Are you following your bliss? Are you doing the things in your life that you really want to be doing? Are you finding joy and bliss in your world? This is not a trick question. This may be a very interesting question and strange one to you, considering that a lot of people are now staying inside more, not getting out into the world, and perhaps expressing those things that they really love to do. But it is really relevant this time of our lives as well. And one of our bloggers, Stephanie Raffelock, wrote this article, and it was very inspiring to me for her to read it when she was asked by a friend, what is this writing thing you're doing, Stephanie? Is that like a career or is it like a hobby? And she said, well, I couldn't really answer because it doesn't matter, whether it's my formal career, or it's a hobby that I'm doing. I'm following my bliss. This is what I want to do. And, Stephanie is a very good writer and she's, got a lot of talent. But I think besides that, she's just doing it because it's what she wants. Now, I want to talk about this idea of bliss because I think when we haven't got the connections that are measuring our impact or, like we're not going out to work or even out into the world very much right now, we might be staying at home more. We've got to kind of redefine what following our bliss means. And I think it can be in the small things. And I think that that's the true essence of the term that was mentioned by Joseph Campbell. Now, Joseph Campbell is one of my heroes. If you look in my books behind me, I've got several of his books, and he's just an amazing writer. He wrote several volumes of books on mythology and the quest for meaning in life. And when he wrote about bliss, he actually was talking about losing yourself in rapture, the rapture of life experience. And it's that courage to be, in the middle of all the other things that are going on. You still find joy and pleasure and meaning in life's rapture. You're enjoying your world. It's not so much anymore a comparison or any competitiveness. It's not trying to outdo anybody. And, sometimes I think if there's any goodness that's going to come from this current situation, it will be that we start to be more understanding and loving to each other, more altruistic and, compassionate, because we're all in this together. So the question, even though we're on hold at the moment a little bit in terms of getting out there and doing things, we can still pursue our passions and still pursue the things that we love to do. And in fact, this might even be a better time, because we've got time on our hands to now do those things, those projects. And I've been talking to a lot of women in the 60 and Me community about, they're just reading the books they wanted. They're doing the gardening that they want. They are making things. And to me, that is following your bliss, because right now, there's no one approving or disapproving. We have to just do what we love. And it's funny, when the act of making something, according to Stephanie, and I totally agree with her, the act of making something is sacred. Whether it's making a great meal or making a painting or writing a book or writing a poem or just making an idea. And it's really funny, my grandson, Max, is always saying to me, Baba, be a maker. Be a maker, Baba. Because we said, let's make a tent or let's make a yes, let's make it. Be a maker, Baba. And it's so sweet because he's being a maker. I don't know where he got that. He sort of made it up, I guess. Let's be a maker. Be a creator. And so I love that energy. It draws upon creativity. It pulls upon our intuition. And making things creates a sense of purpose. And as I said, it doesn't have to be anything miraculous. It can be just making an idea, making a move, making a call, making something that you do with your hands. And we've talked in a couple of our articles about things to do, like when you're at home by yourself. You cannot let this get you down. You cannot lose sight of your bliss. Because it's there, and I know you've got things that you find a pleasure to do, and don't just, say that because things are on hold at the moment that you have to give up on that. So first thing that even Stephanie mentions in this article, by the way, was written a little while ago, was turn off your television. Turn off the TV, all the ads that compare you to everybody else and take you away from your true essential self. And of course, the news now, which distracts us from just doing anything. It's just always looking at the what if scenarios. So do something about that. Turn off the TV, knit, read, walk, do anything that's going to, be creating an opportunity to make something in your life, make something wonderful that is true to you, to who you are. Joining a community reveals your bliss. Now, admittedly, we can't get out to meetings at the moment, but if you are home alone. There's communities on Facebook, so many groups on Facebook. I mean, I'm a big fan of that because even within 60 and Me, we have our Facebook group, but then we have a couple of sister sites like Learn to Simplify, She Cruises, and Retire Different. There's ones that are smaller groups on Facebook where people can come together. I have one called Co-Living for Boomers, which is about co-living and living in retirement. So if you almost type in anything in Facebook, you're going to find women who love to knit, women who love to paint, whatever it is. So check out the on the social media, but stay away from the news programs and things that are a little bit, just pulling you away from your passions, your bliss. Attitude is huge. And I know this is like, these are words, and I know saying have a great attitude is just like saying like pull yourself together. It's just not going to work. But attitude is important. And there was a recent study by Harvard. What was it? The study of adult development and aging, and they found that positive attitude is more beneficial to your health than taking a cholesterol pill. Now, I'm not saying to stop taking your cholesterol pills, please, no medical advice here. It's just that the report was simply that attitude is super important, not only to our mental state, but to our health. That's really, really important. There's a link to that in the article, which I'll put below. Is Stephanie's article. She mentions this. Now, the other thing that we have to deal with is change. Okay, change is everywhere now. Change is bad enough when we can see it coming, but when we are in the middle of a change that we didn't know where it was coming from, we didn't expect it, we're trying to adapt. I think it's really important as we get older to, and Stephanie talks about this in her article, about meeting challenges head on. Not running away from them, just meeting them head on, finding the strength and the resources within you and within your community, online and friends and family to get through things that are tough. Now, we've been through things as we get older, which in fact puts us in a higher risk area because we develop more things as we age. Of course, I mean, our bodies are constantly growing and evolving. But for example, hip replacements, many have had hip replacements, many have had cancer treatments, many have had serious illnesses that, took years out of their lives, and others have had maybe arthritis and other mobility issues, blood pressure. We have to actually deal with these realities and put them into context that they're not they're not necessarily going to have to hurt us, that we can be strong regardless of those things. We have to just deal with the change and deal with the adversity that may produce. I know it's tough. I really do. Mother Teresa, and Stephanie puts this quote in her article, which I loved, which is, we cannot do great things. We can, not everybody, but we can do small things with great love. And that's the secret to bliss, is whatever you're doing, whether it's helping online with something, if you're actually out there still working and you're helping in the health professions, or out there, just doing coaching or talking or just volunteering online to help people get through this difficult time, then you are doing great. You're doing small things relatively, but with great love. And I think if we look at that we don't have to do like big things that change the world. We just have to be authentic and loving and kind. And if there's anything that might bring us together and through all of these challenging times that we have now and in the future, it's going to be the ability to see us as one person, one humanity, and that we're all in these challenges together. And that maybe that will soften us a bit, give us a chance to be kind, compassionate, altruistic, looking out for other people too. It's just one of my thoughts as we go through these things. Now, you're never too old to change. You're never too old to create new focus on your bliss. Live large, love big. I mean, do these things that Stephanie talks about in her article. I love her passion for this. And it's because, she shared these things of her own experience that I wanted to share them with you. Live as fully as you can. And now, what is your bliss? What do you find passion and love in doing? Let's share in the comment section below. I mean, we've got some time here. Just put a comment below. If you see someone else's comment that you agree with or want to just give some feedback, add to the comment. Let's have a conversation. Let's take advantage of this amazing community that we have here at 60 and Me, women over 60 who are just, we're all in search of this bliss, are things that give us passion and happiness in our lives. So tell us, what's your bliss? What makes you happy? Do have a wonderful day, everybody. Take very good care of yourselves. As always, we're here together for you. Keep checking in, and look forward to talking to you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.